Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
Overall, great win for Team India. Series in the bag. Once again, we asked the question. We asked it in the ODIs after 2. We asked it in the T20s after 2 against the West Indies. And we'll have to ask the question now. How many possible changes can we see? The only difference, DK, here, as we look ahead to T20I number 3, also in Dharamshala, quick turnaround over the weekend, is that you don't have a huge amount of players who haven't really got a game or who are still to be tried. So maybe just a couple here and there. I can think of a Bishnoi, maybe just a couple of names, and an Avesh Khan or a Siraj to come in there. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's not going to be too many changes in the batting. I think obviously the Deepak Hooda is yet to bat. Venkatesh Iyer hasn't even batted this series. So I have a feeling that if at all there's going to be changes, it'll be more in the bowling department. I definitely think one of the medium pacers will be given a break. Siraj, Avesh Khan will have a great chance. And maybe Chahal will be given a break, and it'll be a toss-up between Bishnoi and Kuldeep. In the last 2 series, the only guy who hasn't played T20 so far has been Kuldeep. So maybe he'll get an opportunity, or a Bishnoi. So I don't think there'll be any more changes to the batting per se.
Yeah, I mean, since we had a long discussion, Zaheer, about Harshal, it's the kind of situation where you'd want him to play another game and say, listen, 24 hours ago, here's your chance, same conditions, see what you can do, see what little tweaks you can make. So you'd want to see him play.
Absolutely. I think, there will be just maybe 1 or 2 changes here. Chahal, for one, he might be rested. And then one of the bowlers, maybe Bhuvneshwar Kumar, because that's been the pattern. If you've seen today's bowling stack up as well, Rohit had gone in the exact same fashion. You've seen Ravindra Jadeja also been promoted to number 5. So looks like that's the kind of direction team has decided to go in. Look at Ravindra Jadeja as a pure batsman batting at number 5, change that balance. So they would want to continue with him with that position. So hence he will definitely play. These couple of changes in the bowling lineup is something which we are expecting, unless the captain himself decides to take a game off. Then we might see something different. But other than that, I think it's just about how they are seeing. What kind of planning they want to do, who do they want to include, who do they want to give some game time. Those kind of discussions will happen. Well, they got less than 24 hours to figure that out.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get Jadeja out of this team in a hurry. Now that he's made his comeback, now that he's performing the way he is, I think he'll just stay there. He'll just stay overnight. Everyone else will head to the hotel. He'll pack himself a nice little sleeping bag on the boundary line and say, I'm not leaving here. I'm just starting from where I left off. That's the kind of at-home feeling you got from Ravindra Jadeja in this game. Sri Lanka, well, they didn't have the worst outing in the world. It was just they were beaten by a better side on the day. And they seem to have got their 11 more or less in place. At least that's the way I see it, TK. The addition of Danushka Gunatilaka and Binura Fernando seem to make a difference overall to the team.
Yeah, I think Danushka Gunatilaka definitely. Binura Fernando, obviously the fact that he's a left-armer brings a different angle and a different sort of approach to bowling at this point of time. But you do
the headband. Oh.
Yeah, obviously the look as well. Overall, I do think Sri Lanka's bowling, you can't fault them too much. We know that this ground, you're going to fetch a lot of the time. So you can't be too harsh on them. And there's not too much for the spinners as well. I do think in the batting, they need to sort out the middle order a little bit. It does feel like they're very dependent on a few batters. So they might want to have a look at that.
Yeah, Zaheer, you concur with that? I mean, not that they have that many options. If we have a look over here, they've tried the leg spin of Jeffrey Van der Save, Jai Vikrama as well. They don't have the option to go back to any of the guys who are down with COVID or injured. So that's why they're kind of restricted in terms of choices. So it looks like their 11 is virtually sorted.
They are a bit restricted. There's no doubt about it. So that's why, rather than getting into that, I think they will be looking to find some positives from today's game, and would want to build on that. That will be the approach. They've done a lot of good things with the bat today. Got to the total of 183. Now they will be thinking maybe some kind of progression from there. And with regard to bowling, might make a change here there if they have the option which they feel will be able to do a better job on the surface under these conditions. So that might be the discussion. But generally, I think it will be around the planning and the intent, or maybe fine tuning in terms of approach with regard to the ball in hand. Batting, they would want to just strengthen whatever good things they've been doing today.